welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another video of Life of Daya. Look at us doing an intro. Today guys, I wanted to do something very different to what I normally do when it comes to Q&As. I wanted to film very deeply updated Q&A, but I wanted to do it instead of me putting question box in the Insta stories. I wanted to do it very different. I wanted for you guys to DM me and give me more longer questions and more detailed. Every time I do my question box, people get really annoyed that they cannot fit everything in the question box, and I get it. I totally get it. I understand it because whenever other bloggers like make these and I want to put a whole bunch of stuff, I can't because it doesn't fit in just that little question box in your stories. I made it differently, and I just told you guys yesterday, I think it was. No, today's Saturday. So I told you guys like Thursday on my stories. I was like, let's just do this. You guys will DM me from here until Saturday. Just questions and things that you guys would like to know updated. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I do want to say, please follow me on all of my socials: Instagram, Snapchat, Pinterest, TikTok, all that jazz. I have definitely been very active recently on Instagram. Started sharing things that I don't think I've ever shared, like sharing stuff from other people that I love, and it's been a thing that I've been doing. And obviously I talk every morning there, and I really appreciate whenever you guys DM me privately and you guys love the fact that I come in the mornings and I chat with you guys and I wish you guys a happy whatever day it is. I really appreciate that. So I've been doing that very often and more because I love doing what I want to give you guys what you love. So yeah, go follow me there and my socials. That's where I'm most active. Without that further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And I screenshot about kind of like 15-ish, I would say. So I'm just gonna go ahead and choose them by the order I screenshotted them and just start answering them. What's your current go-to Starbucks drink now that the holidays are over? Honestly guys, I have been into like a passion fruit kind of gal right now with Starbucks, I guess I could call it. I haven't been into like coffee wise or buying frappuccinos. I'm craving my holiday drink and I'm just so sad that it's over. Right now I'm obsessed with the mango dragon fruit refresher from Starbucks with lemonade. It's really good, but other than that I don't have like a new kind of drink. I'm just going back to like my old one. Was there something in your Christmas wish list that you would have loved to have but you didn't get? Yes, there was something, and that is my coffee machine. My new Nespresso coffee machine that I wanted was something that I recently added like a week or two ago before my Christmas wish list video. Didn't get it, and I get why. It's an expensive coffee machine. It's Nespresso, and I'm still holding off on it. I sold my Keurig, as most of you guys know. The only thing is that because I sold my Keurig, it makes it look I don't have any coffee machine, which I don't have any coffee, like hot coffee. That's why I haven't been able to even use my mugs at all. It sucked. I'm just having iced coffee, and it's cold outside in Florida. It's been cold, so I've been having ice and I'm really craving hot, but I'm not gonna get it yet. I'm just still gonna hold off until I waste and drink all of my iced coffee. Then I'll get the machine. It's not necessary right now because I have my iced coffee. But other than that, really nothing else that I like wish I had. Has there been any disappointment with any of the Christmas Xmas gifts you got in 2021? There hasn't really been a disappointment, but I'm currently still trying to learn how to do my hair with the Revlon hairbrush, and it's been a little disappointing because my hair doesn't last as long as when I go to the beauty salon. It lasts for like 2 weeks. I don't know, I'm still trying to work it out. I don't want to like give up yet. I'm just trying my best right now. Oh, there is a disappointment. My planner, my 90-day planner. I had hundreds of questions when you guys saw that I got my new daily planner, which I can show you guys. This is a planner that my husband got. I had screenshotted this when I saw it. I came across it on an Instagram ad. I know Instagram's ads sometimes can be very persuasive. I screenshotted it and I told him I want this planner. I already told him I needed one for 2022, but I didn't tell him which one. If I would have seen this one, I would have been like, scratch the 90-day, get me this one. So this one is a yearly 2021 daily planner. It is by Carrie & Co. It's called a Perfectly Planned 2022 planner. It's a daily planner. I love it more than the 90-day. You know what? I can go very in depth, I guess. If you guys want a video, like a plan with me video, I can show you guys. But it has like your February 22 like monthly goal and stuff that you want to complete, tasks that you want to complete for the month. So it kind of looks like that. And then you have your month calendar kind of situation. I don't know how to call this, but like your spread. And then you have notes on the side where you can write down some notes. And then you start having your daily task that you can write in just one page, which I absolutely love. So you have on the top your top goals of the day and your perfectly planned day hourly. And then you have on the side where you can make a note, and it has a quote every single day, which is so cute. I absolutely love this planner. But yeah, the reason why I got it instead of the other one and instantly, like quickly, as soon as I just saw this one, I was like, I want this one. This one is way too like accomplish goals and things like that for the whole months that come. I'm definitely a yearly goals type of person. I'm not a monthly goals type of person. I want something where I can actually plan like every single day. What are your current goals for 2022 that you might want to share with us, darling? I think that right now the goal that I can mainly share is traveling. Last year for 2021, after the pandemic, we're slowly getting out of the pandemic and now we're back at it again. We're kind of still in it, but the whole vaccine situations and stuff, I was able to travel safely a few times last year, like take road trips with my husband, and that's something that we really liked. So that's a goal that we will be incorporating for 2022 as well. I would like to go more kind of like the borders of Florida, like maybe Miami. I've heard a lot about Madeira Beach, I think it's called. Other than that, I do have goals for social media wise and like YouTube and Instagram. I would love to gain more followers and spread my word out there and just share my content with a lot more people, lovely people. Can you do an updated skincare routine? I would love to do an updated skincare routine. My face has been going through something, and I think it's anxiety wise and has issues with anxiety, and just hormones are all over the place right now. And I would say I have my birth controls to blame, because you know that definitely messes up with you and your brain and how you think about yourself. And I've just been feeling not like myself lately, but I think a lot of you guys can tell. I think starting this year, a lot of people started thinking that I don't really feel like myself when I come in stories. I just feel more like reservative and quiet, and I'm not as crazy as I usually am. It's something I'm struggling, but I will get over it. So yeah, I would love to do an updated skincare routine because it's definitely changed a little bit. Like product wise, it has changed. Another petition for another video. We need another self-care vlog. Pronto, please. I would love to give you guys my self-care vlog of last year. A lot of people loved it, and they said that they helped a lot and they incorporated it in their daily routines still till this day, and it helped. I have definitely done that a lot. I would love to do another vlog, another self-care vlog, and maybe start incorporating things that maybe you guys have tried and I haven't. Stay tuned. I would love to do it, and I will do it. At what time do you wake up on your days off? I'm curious. It all depends. My husband works. Some weekends he's off, some weekends he actually works. Like this weekend, he is working all weekend. And when it's like that, I have to take him to work and then come back because I have to use my car during the day or something, which probably the reason why I wake up whenever he is working. On the weekends, I wake up 7 in the morning, and by the time I come back from dropping him off, I'm already awake. So those are my days where I'm most productive. When it comes to him working, I like to be productive at home. Whenever we are off, both of us, on the weekends, we like to sleep in like until 10 in the morning. I think it's the latest. Since you graduated from college, have you ever thought of possibly studying something other than human resources? What do you mean something other than? I already studied that. Yes, I have. I've thought about going back to college a lot. as of recently. I would like to have a degree. I would like to be a teacher someday. That's a thought that has like literally like struck on me. I love kids and I love interacting with kids and helping them, and I love helping them with homework and to do things, and I've always seen myself as a potential English teacher, so I would love to study that one day, maybe get a master's degree on that. I still have my scholarship in UFL and I can still use it for many more years, so who knows, I might go for it, I might not, I don't know, but it's definitely a goal that I would love to do in the future. Hobby wise, I would love to learn French. I really want to learn French because a goal of mine is to go to Europe one day and I would like to speak French. So who knows, maybe one day I will take some classes. Oh, okay. This next question is very long. I forgot that I screenshotted it. There are longer questions than this. We're definitely going there. I think we have known each other, as in we, I mean your followers and you, enough to know some girl talk. So I have two questions. What do you use or tend to use the most when you're on your period? Tampons or pads? And two, do you use any protection when you have sex? I don't like to answer these questions just because I blush, and I am not a pads girl anymore. I cannot be. This is so TMI. But when I was little, my mom never showed me how to use a tampon. I was a pad girl until I literally moved here. There is definitely a brand that I like to buy, which I'm gonna look it up on my go-to Target order. It's called Tampax. I'm gonna post a picture right here. That's the only brand of tampons that I use that I absolutely love, that it's super easy to put them in and pull them out. It does not hurt your vajayjay, your cooch. It doesn't hurt at all. So I absolutely love it because I also don't feel it. I can go out throughout my day and even forget that I'm wearing one because that's how normal it feels. It feels like you don't have anything in there. And it's safer than getting dirty with a pad. Let's be real, girls. Pads are not it for me. Thank God, and knock on wood, I've never had accidents with my period, like embarrassing accidents. I've always been really good at being like changing them like every certain hour since I first got my period, first ever. God bless that day. I love periods because if we didn't have periods, girls, we're not able to have babies, and I want babies, so I don't mind. But who the hell decides to use a damn leaf blower at this time? What time is it? It's 9 in the freaking morning and they're using a freaking leaf blower. I use the light, the super plus, the regular, and the super extreme plus or something like that. On my first few days, I literally can use super. Yeah, and I think it's affordable. It's not expensive like other ones. I definitely recommend those. I'm not a pads girl. Who is she? I'm now a tampons, and it's definitely safer than, you know, when you have accidents wise. It's much more. And the second one, the only protection we use is birth controls. My husband does not use condoms. I don't like it when my lovely hot man uses condoms. I don't like the feeling of it. Down there, she doesn't like it. Mini Daya doesn't like it. We don't use protection. That's the only thing we use, the pill. Birth control. And thank God, still till this day, knock on wood again, I have never gotten pregnant. So yeah, there you have it. There's a T. Next one, TJ Maxx or Marshalls? I ask because you constantly shop at both, so would love to know your opinion and which one you find that has more merchandise. As of recently, I've really loved Marshalls more than TJ Maxx, because the TJ Maxx that I have nearby, they have not had a lot of merchandise wise. So I'm still like a Marshalls girl. I've always been a Marshalls girl since I was little, and I think I'm gonna keep being a Marshalls girl. I do love TJ Maxx for clothes, for bags, and for stationery as well. For home decor, Marshalls is your bestie. Home decor, whether it's kitchen, bath, bedding, living room, office, all that stuff, it's really Marshalls is your go-to. Marshall has one of the cutest mugs ever, even like way cheaper than Target. They have like $3 mugs that you'd be really surprised. There you guys have it. Marshalls, definitely. After the pandemic, have you found yourself as an introvert or an extrovert? I definitely gotta say I'm still an introvert person. I am not such of an extrovert. As long as I like to have these road trips and get getaways and stuff like that. I absolutely love it, but I'm not someone that I like to be constantly out and about. I like to have my days where I'm in my house chilling without doing anything, and that's most of my days. My husband didn't used to be when he was little, so he was a very extrovert person. His family was always like out and exploring, but he's as of recently changed, maybe because of me. I think that's probably why he's an introvert now, because since I'm one, he likes to be at home. There's a lot of days, like there's been days, and trust me, there's been days where we're just snuggling in bed all day. I probably cook and clean and all that stuff and come back and we're just snuggling in bed. What day of the week do you like the most, or what day of the week do you enjoy the most and find yourself being productive? I feel like Fridays are definitely like my favorite weekday from Monday to Friday. I love the weekends. Like Saturdays are also Sundays are really, really good. Like that's like Sundays, you know, Sunday reset is a thing in like vlog wise and TikTok, and it's definitely a thing in my home as well. Sundays are like for me to restart the whole week and clean and have my house freshly clean and organized for the whole new week that's approaching, and it's definitely one of my favorite days. I've got a simple question. LOL, curious to know, because I'm into astrology, what's your zodiac sign? My zodiac sign is an Aries. There's a lot of people that don't like Aries. I don't know why, because I promise you we are nice. What is something that you would like to change that you constantly did in 2021? I don't know. Oh, this is something that I did and I'm still working on it. I'm not a very good at texting people back quickly. I see your message, but since I'm busy, I'm like, they can wait. And that's an issue. I've literally, last year was a year where I was like, I'm gonna put myself first instead of others, like I always do. And I did, and as much as I loved it, I'm also a people pleaser, and I used to like to please people, and then I stopped doing that, focused on myself, the people I really truly cared about, and it worked a lot. But I also became an issue where I would take too long to answer text messages, and I do not like that, and I'm working on it. I'm trying my best to, as soon as I get the text, I will answer you, or I would go to social media first and then I would answer you, which is, I don't know why I do that, but that's definitely something I would like to change with myself this year, and I'm still working on it. Other than that, I really don't think there's anything else. Favorite memory of 2021? Oh my god, for 2021 I have to say my favorite memory was when my parents surprised me. I don't think nothing's gonna top that from 2021. That day, I'm seeing a picture right now and I'm just so shocked to this day that my mother hopped on a plane to come and see me. She hopped on a plane at LAX. I'm just shocked. And my dad, both my parents. My dad is a very scary person when it comes to traveling on airplane. He prefers traveling through a boat. I'm like, dude, I'm more terrified of boats because of what I've experienced with boats the past few years of us nearly drowning in every 4th of July. So I'm just traumatized right now. So I'm like, I would never travel in a boat. And my parents just conquered their fears. They haven't traveled in a big airplane, my dad at least, in so many years, and my mom has never hopped on a plane. So the fact that they did that just really surprised me. I was so surprised. But yeah, that's definitely, that will not top anything else from 2021. What are your current travel plans for 2022, and would you like to travel to any place anytime soon? My husband and I, we've been secretly planning to see if we can go somewhere for the fall this year, somewhere we've never traveled, maybe to either Washington or Colorado, something snowy. You know, I've never seen the snow, and that's a goal of his for me. I'm like, I want you to see the snow, I want you to experience it and everything. And I'm like, I feel like I would hate it after I see it, but I want to see it. I still want to experience it, and I want to touch it and everything. So we might go someplace snowy this year. Have you ever had COVID and never told us, or you've been one of those lucky ones that has never had it? I unfortunately have had it twice. First time was without the vaccines and it wasn't good at all. Was terrible. Second was with the 2 vaccines and didn't hit me as bad as the first time. Girl, I can't say I feel you. I've never had COVID, knock on wood, knock knock, every single wood everywhere. But I've never had it, thank God. I literally pray every single morning to God for him to protect me. There's a whole bunch of sicknesses out there in the world and I don't want any of them. So, and I'm just so grateful that God has heard my prayers. Although I've had friends that have had it, I've dodged everywhere, and knock on wood, it again. I'm so grateful. I'm literally grateful. I have all 3 vaccines. I've never had it. Still till this day follow protocols, which is probably why I've never had it. I wear my mask when I go out, even though I don't like to wear it, but I do wear it because I don't want COVID. All I can tell you is to keep a positive mindset. You know, I don't know when the day will be. We'll eventually get it. This is a sickness that's definitely not leaving. It's like a flu that has never left, and there's flu seasons and everything. There's gonna be COVID seasons, and it's gonna be a thing as long as you get your vaccines, so it doesn't really hit you really hard like others. And I'm glad it didn't hit you hard with the second time that you got it with the vaccines, because that helps. That's how you know it helps. The vaccines really help. So do you know when you'll be returning to podcast again, and why did you change your mind quickly on not doing it anymore, babe? The reason why I changed so quickly was because of my schedule. I think filming wise, my schedule, I was putting off a lot of like filming and making videos, tutorials, and vlogs. Doing an episode, it takes you a whole hour-ish. I thought I was gonna be that person that I wasn't gonna edit the podcast episodes, but I started to edit them. That would take time, because that would be like me talking 40 minutes and having to listen to every single thing. And the reason why I started cutting them is because I say a lot of like those words. I don't like to hear it. It's one of my pet peeves, my own pet peeve, and I'm working on it. But the reason why is because I mainly wanted to film and do more videos for YouTube than podcasting, and I wasn't able to find that time to have both. So I'm still trying my best to see when can I start filming them recording again. I did not say I'm never gonna do it again. I will eventually start doing it again. Hopefully for 2022 I will get back on the grind for podcasting, but I just needed a break. I needed a break and needed to dedicate my time more with you guys and YouTube and vlogging, which is something that I love doing way more than podcasts and recording. As much as I loved it, you know, recording, but I do love vlogging more than that. I just had to pause. You recently mentioned in one of your podcast episodes that you were dealing with anxiety, especially when driving in the rain. I unfortunately am someone that deals with the exact thing. I'm just terrified of driving with just a little bit of rain. It's been harder and harder since where I live currently rains almost every day, so I barely drive, but I would love to know any help or something that you have done that helps you, just to see if it helps me too. Wow, my brain has to. Woo! That was very long one. So I did in my podcast opened up about me dealing with anxiety and being super scared driving when it comes to having a bad weather. Not just rain, girl, a thunderstorm. I cannot, no one probably can drive on a thunderstorm. The reason why I think I'm so terrified is because of the stuff that I've gone through. When I first had my first car, just to cut the story short, there was a thunderstorm and my alternator got messed up in mid of a thunderstorm with my first car. And then a few months later, it was raining, it was a bad weather, and we were gonna go just quickly buy some food and come back home, and our car was totaled. And it was raining, and our car, we were in a car accident, if you guys remember. That's when the anxiety started like fluctuating. I was terrified of driving out in the rain because of these things. If this triggers you, please skip through this. You don't have to see this if it triggers you with anxiety wise or talking about stuff like this, or if you're terrified of these things like I am. So just skip through this. And then when I had this car, there was 2 times that I was in the middle of a thunderstorm and I had a lot of anxiety attacks. Yeah, it was thunderstorming and I went through a few anxiety attacks in the middle of it, like full on shaking and crying, and it was just terrifying. And that's when I knew that it was going to be an issue. Whenever it rained, I could just not drive anywhere. I kept to silence. I never talked about it. I always kept it to myself, didn't even tell my husband until recently. And this happened literally in his parking of his car, of his work. I wasn't even driving. It was just raining and it was thunderstorming so hard. You can hear it clearly because I was just in a car. I wasn't in my house where you can barely hear it. So when he came in my car and he saw me, he was like, "What's going on?" That's when I told him, and I was like, I can never drive in the rain again. And I started crying. I bawled my eyes out, and that's when he knew. And so he started helping me. The next time that happened, there was a thunderstorm approaching, and I was like, I have to go buy food. So I literally, what happened to me with the car crash, it was like I was having deja vu again with my first car, and I was like, I have to go buy food before the storm comes, so like that I can avoid it. So I went out and I went to Panda Express, and it was so full and it took so long. It took like 30 minutes to an hour to attend me, that I saw the thunderstorm approaching, and I was like, I won't be able to make it home. On my way back, I noticed I had no gas, so I had to stop at a gas station. I was like, fuck, I'm not gonna make it home if I don't make it home like with no gas. And as I stopped in the gas station, and there's a whole bunch of firefighters in the gas station, and I opened my car, and then a firefighter approaches to me, and he's like, you need to get back in your car now. And I was like, what's going on? He was like, we're in the middle of a tornado right now. And I was like, what? And then I started bawling my eyes out, and I hopped in my car and I prayed. That's the only thing that has helped me, guys. Just praying. I have felt, I get chills, but I have felt the presence of God multiple times whenever I am praying. In the middle of these things, I have felt it. I have felt it 100,000%. I've felt his presence, and that's the only thing that has helped me. I kid you not, I sat down, I prayed, like in tears. I begged to God to help me because of this issue that I was having, and that I had to go home to my husband and drive safely. I was like, I had two options: either go home, just be there and spend this thunderstorm that approached to me out of nowhere, because that's how Florida is, with my husband, or just stay there and wait till it passes, which it was not gonna happen anytime soon. So I felt like God told me, you gotta conquer your fears, Daya. You have to go home, and you have to be with your husband. So I drove with literally the light flashing of my gas blinking that I needed gas. I drove home. I was like, si me quedo a pie, I'm gonna go. I drove home. I had God walk me through the whole road and guide me, and I kid you not, I did not blink. I did not shed a tear. And that's how I knew that that was my beginning, the beginning of me conquering that fear. It was hard. It was hard, and it had to get to there. It had to lead to there for me to have a few anxiety attacks. Do I still deal with it? Hell yes. And it's still a fear of mine. That was the last time that I had an anxiety attack. I had thunderstorms that had approached me, and I've driven back and forth with fear, but I do not have anxiety attacks anymore, and that's definitely helping. But sometimes you just gotta conquer your fears and just trust that God is with you. That's literally like, don't have any more way that has like helped, any other thing that has helped me but just God. You just gotta believe and have faith. Honestly, also just talk to someone. I was so afraid of just talking to someone, so thinking that they would just laugh at me, until I was able to open up to my sister and my husband about this. I remember I was talking to my sister that day of the tornado. There was barely any signal, but I kept hearing her saying, just calm down, just pray, calm down, and just pray. It was like God was like calling me through her, telling me to just talk to him and pray to him. So yeah, just talk to someone, open up. Don't keep this to yourself. It gets worse if you just keep that to yourself. Sometimes you just gotta share it with someone, you know? How do you like your iPhone 13 so far? I absolutely love it. Right now I'm loving the camera. The quality of this camera, it's like insane. It's mind-blowing. I know a lot of people have asked me to do a what's in my iPhone 13 video. I will do it eventually. I'm planning on doing it very, very soon. Do you see your parents or in-laws moving to Florida with you guys? And also, I've always been curious, do you see yourself living in Florida forever? So yes to the first question, no to the second one. I should answer all these questions like this so they're just quicker. But I do see my parents moving eventually. Not anytime soon though. My mom has her mother over there. I've always put myself in her shoes, and I'm like, I wouldn't like for my mom to move away from me. It's okay if I moved away from her, but you know, her mother is old, and they're just kind of, I guess, enjoying, you know, this is when you truly have to appreciate the moments when they get older, and as you see that your grandma is older. I'm just waiting till I see if I can win the lottery so I can bring them all in here, you know. I would love to bring all my aunts, my uncles, and my whole entire family and just have them here. I really love the feedback that I got from my vlogs, my Puerto Rico vlogs. A lot of people told me, you were just rocking your world. Like, we can tell how much you guys have changed from when you used to live there as to now you visiting. Like, your mood and your interactions with your family is way different. And it's true. I see it as well. And no, I don't see myself living forever in Florida. I would like to go live somewhere else. I've talked to this openly with my husband back and forth, and we don't see ourselves living here forever. I would like to live somewhere where I get both seasons, both hot and cold. I definitely can say I will not be living here forever. So last but not least, this question was a very, very detailed question and a very long one. And this is the thing about being a blogger. As more as you start gaining followers, people will remember things, and when they see that these things are not happening anymore, they're gonna question you. And I totally understand that, and I get it, because I question myself to other bloggers too as to why you're not hanging with this person anymore. Are you still friends with her? I'm grateful that no one has been to me and told me like, what did you do to her, you know, or something like that, or accusing me of things, but they've just come and had like questions and asked and have been very patient with me, the reason that I didn't want to answer. But I recently answered it in my podcast episode. I spilled some tea and now they want to know more. So here is the tea to this DM that I got. I have a question that I know you have answered in your podcast previously, and you were a little bit detailed, but I'm just intrigued as to why this friendship out of nowhere just stopped. So I'm mainly talking about the friend you had with the little girl. I don't know what happened, and you don't have to be super detailed again, but for a friendship to end out of nowhere is a bit shocking, especially when you have a lot of followers that have followed you for a while, and that I get, and know a little bit about your life, you know. So I would like to know advice about a toxic friendship, which I'm sure, as you explain on your podcast, that's what you used to have with her. What came to the point for you to end the friendship, and when did you started noticing doubts about you both being friends? Yeah, I kept a lot of these feelings to myself. When I was friends with her, I had thoughts about our friendship and I had doubts, and I just kept it to myself. I never approached to her about it because of the way that just those kinds of people are, just the way that they approach to you back, I guess. Like, you do not expect for them to change for you at all, and that's not what I was expecting, you know. It wasn't just a friendship, and I think you guys know where I'm approaching. This was more than just a friendship that wasn't even a friendship that we had. And I started noticing. I just started noticing how this person was, and I did not like it at all. And I just thought to myself, do I want people like that in my life? No. And why did it stop out of nowhere? Because I took action, and I did not want to keep having a friendship like that in my life. There's also been a lot of questions if people think that we would ever become friends again. No. I don't want that woman in my life, never. What came to the point for you to end the friendship? Again, I just kept thinking to myself if this was worth keep going on, you know, like keep having this friendship, if it was worth it. It wasn't at all. And since I would think those things, and seeing how I guess mentally I wasn't doing great because it was a very toxic, controlling friendship, you know, people like that try and just approach to you and manipulate you and control your lives and what you do and how you're supposed to do it. And when you come and tell them like, I don't want to do this, and they tell you, you have to do this because if you don't do this, then I will not like it. You know, things like that. They will manipulate your mind like that, and that is not healthy in a friendship. You want to come with the same different opinions, but approach to something that you guys will both agree. And that's just not how we used to be. Not worth having a friendship like that, and not even a friendship, like let alone a relationship. Like, would you really let someone control you? No. I just decided to shut it down, and there were things that were going on separately from my friendship, rumors that were going on, and that I just didn't want to become a part of, and I didn't want people to think that I was part of it, so I shut the friendship down. When did you start noticing doubts about you both being friends? All of those things, like all of those little things that they would do. I also knew that she was totally talking shit behind my back. And you know, those things, like when you hear those things, you're like, wow, I called you my best friend, and I would assume that you wouldn't talk shit behind my back because you're my best friend, but you did anyways. I don't call those people best friends. Yeah, there's just things that I just wish I can tell you guys, but I just don't want to. Just in case, you know, maybe when I'm old, maybe when I'm 80, I will show you guys the screenshots and all the stuff that went down, because there was way more stuff that went down after I shut the friendship with her. When you shut a friendship with toxic friends or a person that is toxic on the inside, it doesn't end very well. Let me just tell you. Pretty much it for my updated Q&A. This was a very long Q&A video, but I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know what kinds of other fun Q&As you guys would like me to do. Maybe a theme one, a specific one that you guys want me to talk about. But yeah, just let me know. I would love to make more fun Q&As like this. If you guys want to be part of this, follow me on my Instagram and we will definitely do more fun DM Q&As like this again. I would love to. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn the post notification bell on so you guys can be notified every time I post a video, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye, love.